I'm excited to be welcome on a top prospect in class of 2022. What's going on there, bro?
What's good? How you doing?
Not much, man. Well, you're part of 2022. Basketball's starting to get back going for you, but let's just talk about talking to coaches now. What's it been like the past few weeks now that coaches are calling you?
It's been crazy. My phone been blowing up. Being able to talk to coaches and then being able to contact me. It's been fun though. It's been, fun, amazing. Just enjoying the process.
Without a doubt. Let's just go through some of those offers. You got recently pulled in the hometown team, Indiana. What is it like kind of just knowing that the school where you're from wants you?
Uh, just like I said, it's a blessing to be able to have the opportunity to get a scholarship from IU. They're a big school, got great history, great coaching staff. Uh, so it was exciting to get the offer from them.
And overall, like you said, they have a great history. What would it be like to attend a program that has won in the past, that has been a historically just great overall college?
It would be amazing. You know, they gave me a virtual visit. I loved it. But it's just like it's a great school, So I'm just evaluating them just like I'm evaluating each and every other school, pretty much.
You mentioned the virtual visits. How have those been like the past few months?
It's been good because it's like you get to do everything that you would do in person, except for it's not in person, and so you get to see a lot of the school, the play style, get to talk with the coaches, meet the coaching staff. So it's great. It's just like a regular visit.
I think a lot of guys still prefer going on campus. I think at least you're still got a year or so to go through that, so you could still do it. But I think one thing a lot of guys say is they truly got to know the coaches better than they probably would have going with them on campus, just because a lot more talking. Would you say it was kind of great just being able to truly get to know the personalities and what the coaches are like?
Yeah, it was good to get to know each and every coach's personality, but I do think that it would be a lot better in person, being able to actually take the visit, just because you're actually experiencing it instead of kind of just seeing it on the screen. But it's all the same. You really pick your school based on your relationship. So personality and relationships is big for me.
Absolutely. And you obviously will have some time to start going heavily into your recruiting process. When schools do start opening up again, when do you kind of plan to start taking your visits?
As soon as possible, really. Really just I'm taking my time with it, really, based on when coaches want me to come, different things like that. That's how I'll play along with it as far as going on visits. But as soon as it start opening back up, I'll probably be taking visits as soon as possible.
What's some of the schools you kind of plan on wanting to take the visits to?
Um, the ones I offered, as well as, some schools who haven't offered as well. But, I can't really say, specific schools just because I'm not sure where I'll be taking them yet. But I'll get it figured out pretty soon.
No doubt. And the next one I want to touch up on is Louisville. We know a big kind of attraction there would be with your brother. What would it be like to potentially someday play with your brother once again at the college level?
It would be amazing. I gave it a lot of thought. Playing with Dre this year was amazing. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. A lot of people don't get to do stuff like that. But at the same time, I got to make the decision that's best for me. So I just been going along my recruitment as far as acting like Dre. Because Dre doesn't really have anything to do with my recruitment. So that's how I've been going about it. Create my own destiny, seeing where I want to go and where I think that I can excel at.
Would you say that the possibility of Dre being your teammate at one point throughout your college career, would that just be more of like an extra cool bonus on top, or would that actually be something that you look to as a kind of an impact and something that you kind of see as a really big positive?
I can't even say. Whatever happens really just happens. I can't really say. Only God knows, So
Yeah,
I don't know.
absolutely. And that's obviously also saying if Dre's still there, he's a guy that could very well be gone in 1 or 2 years, depending on how well he does too.
Right. So that's also another reason.
Absolutely. And just besides the brother aspect, though, clearly they have a great coaching staff there. Coach Mack's a great coach. Coaching staff's a great coach. Just what do you like about them?
They have great personality. It's always when I'm talking to them or when they're talking to me, it's just so like natural. The conversation is real natural. Great personalities, love the coaching staff. They've been recruiting me really hard. You know, the coaches, they're great. Like, they've been great to me. They've been recruiting me hard, contacting me, just having natural conversations. So that plays a big role as well.
And Coach Matt clearly didn't have any impact on what happened in the past, but we know just the name. The past few years, Louisville's gone through some stuff off the court. When a program does deal with that stuff and you see that, what goes through your mind?
I mean, every coach has a new slate. You know, as far as what happened in the past in the organization, you know, you go to school based off your, like what I said, like the relationships and where you think you can excel at. So what's ever happened in the past with any school is just like, you know, it's in the past. You got to look ahead of you. You know what I mean? So it's just, you got to look at every aspect of it.
Couldn't agree more. And you have had a lot of extra time just being able to be around Coach Mack because your brother now going to Louisville, as well as a lot of these schools also recruited your brother. Just being able to kind of sit back and see how Dre was able to kind of go through this recruiting process. What was it like just kind of having someone kind of experience what you're going to go through now?
I actually went on a couple of visits with him when early on. I actually went to some camps with him early on as well. Just seeing how he went through his recruitment. He always gave me advice, you know, even early on when he was first starting, he always gave me advice, you know, evaluate each school. Make sure you look into, like, which school is looking into the best interest of you, what school really cares the most and is recruiting the hardest and different stuff like that. And basically choose your decision off relationships and where you think that you can be the best you at and get to the next level at.
Couldn't agree more, man. And the next one I want to touch up on is Purdue. They're obviously a great program once again. What kind of stands about Purdue?
I went to their practice and I could just tell how locked in Coach Painter is. Like, he's really locked in. He cares about his players. Nothing but good things to say about his players. You know, Coach Mack, I could tell that. I mean, Coach Painter, I could tell that how hard he was recruiting me. And it's just, I love Coach Shrewsbury. I love the coaching staff. The coaching staff have been great. Natural conversations as well. We actually have, me and Coach Shrewsbury have some stuff in common to talk about all the time anyway. That's for him being born here in Indianapolis.
That's awesome. And they're another school that's pretty much close to home. Would being somewhere close to home, either in Indiana or somewhere in a state nearby Indiana, would that have any kind of impact on your recruitment?
No, I don't really, like, as far as me choosing a school, I really want to go to where I can get to the next level at and be the best me. So if that means I go far, then I go far. If I stay close, I stay close. You know, the distance doesn't really matter to me. It's just about being a better me and being able to be successful, really. So I really go anywhere in the U.S.
Gotcha. And next school I want to touch up on is Xavier. And there's a coach that everyone kind of raves about as being an up-and-coming great young coach, and Coach Steele. What do you like about him, and how much more attracting is it that he's kind of a coach that's a lot younger and has a lot of energy?
Coach Steele has, we had a great conversation when I went on my visit, unofficial visit down to Xavier. We had a great conversation. He gave me a lot of information about, you know, different stuff about my game, different things like that, gave me knowledge about it. I love Coach Steele. Coach Steele's a great coach. Nothing but good things to say about him.
Absolutely. And for you personally, kind of build your dream coach. We know some guys like the more veteran, experienced coaches. Some like the younger coaches. Some like guys that get guys to the NBA. Kind of build all the characteristics that would make up your dream coach.
I don't really have a specific coach that, you know, I don't really have anything specific. Just I love a coach that coaches me hard and is, you know, going to make me better as a player. But every coach is different. And, you know, whatever coach, like whatever school I go to is because of the coach. So, you know, that would be the coach that I feel like is the best for me.
Absolutely. And a couple more schools I want to touch up on. One is also Butler. They brought in a lot of big-time guys this past recruiting class. Coach Jordan's another great coach. What do you like about Butler?
They were recruiting me really hard, and we went to around the school. He talked to us a lot, natural conversation. The coaching staff really loved me, and, you know, I love them as well. You know, just creating the bond and creating relationships is basically what we've been doing. It's been important as far as the recruitment side.
That's awesome. And the last school that has also I want to touch upon from the offer side is Nebraska. We know obviously once again Dre had a big relationship like with them before stuff happened. What do you like about them though?
I went to their camp, and this is with the old coaching staff. They love me. They told me a lot about my game. Actually, Coach Gates is still there, and that's one of the coaches that really love my game as well. And I actually talked to him a lot. I have a great relationship with Coach Gates. Coach Gates, he's a funny guy. Really, I like Coach Gates a lot. He really believed in me when I was going into my freshman year, and he was one of the ones that really believed in me and made sure that I knew that. And so I love that about them.
Kind of take me through what goes through when a coaching change happens. I mean, it obviously happens quite often in college basketball. When a coaching staff moves on, there's only some pieces that remain. How do you kind of approach that? What kind of goes through your mind, and how do you kind of look at that as a recruit?
Well, so you got to notice that, like, it's a new coach coming in, so you got to get to know the new coach and see how interested he is with you. And so that's what really matters in seeing if you want to stay or, different stuff like that. But you just got to realize that it's a new coach, so it's going to be new things coming into play.
And when you look at all this recruiting process for you right now, it's going to be a couple more years till the time does come, but what will it take for a school to make that list of yours? If it's a top 8, top 10, whatever that list is, what will it take for a school to make that?
It's all based on relationships and where I can get to the next level at. I don't really – the facilities doesn't really have anything to play into my recruitment. The facilities, all colleges have great facilities, really. It's just about relationships and where I can succeed at.
Couldn't agree more. And would you say there's one thing in specific that is the biggest thing for you that you make that college must have for you to even consider them?
Personality and relationship. Their interest in me. Their interest in me is what I would say.
And another big attraction for a lot of guys is the possibility of teaming up with someone. You are in a state that has a lot of talent. Is anyone you've talked to in your state or someone even outside your state that you think you'd be a great dynamic duo with that you might want to team up with someday in college?
I have a couple of friends that I've talked to. We haven't really talked too much about college and teaming up yet, though, but I think it could possibly happen. But I'm not sure yet. It's all up in the air for right now.
Gotcha. And so you have not taken the court again. You're back playing AU basketball. Just what it feel like to get back on the court?
It's been fun getting back into the flow of things, being able to compete again. So it's been fun. It's been, fun. Like, just couldn't wait to get back on the court.
You are running with Indy Heat. Why'd you choose them?
It was the best decision for me to be able to play on that type of level. It's just like you got to bring it every single day. Unfortunately, we can't play EYBL this summer, but, EYBL is just like you got the top guys on every team, and you got to bring it every single day, and that's really going to challenge me. So I feel like that's what I needed.
And now you are in a state, though, that you have a lot of talent. You're already able to go up against some top guys. You look at guys in Indiana basketball right now. You have a guy like Blake Wesley. You also have Luke Goody. I mean, you have Kamari. You have Jalen Washington, yourself. I mean, the list goes on. What's it like playing basketball in Indiana right now?
It's amazing. We got so much talent that we also got a lot of underrated talent and that people don't really know about. But it's so much talent down here. So you can always find talent anywhere in Indiana pretty much. It's great basketball down here.
And Indiana kind of always has been producing some kind of talent, but right now there's so much depth, I think, is the biggest thing with you guys. There's so much good, high major kind of talent. What's it like just seeing the rise now of Indiana kind of working its way up to becoming one of the top regarded states?
I mean, just seeing it unfold the way it is, it's like, wow, I'm in this state. I play in this state. It also makes you bring it every day, though, because you have challenges. Like, people are always trying to be better than you, especially in Indiana, and you're always close. So, you got to compete. You got to make sure that you're working harder than the next man. Not just saying that it's a state thing. It's also a worldwide thing. But specifically in this state, you always have to work harder than the next man.
Couldn't agree more, man. Now, let's kind of head into your high school season. Made a big move to transfer. We'll get into that in a minute. You finished up your first 2 years now, Lawrence Central. What was it like? What would you say was kind of the highs and the biggest moments, your favorite moments of your first 2 years?
Really, it was a humbling experience my freshman year. Having to play after some guys and different things like that. I think it was needed though. But it was exciting because I got to learn from a lot of people that way. And my sophomore year made me better for my sophomore year. My brother taught me a whole lot of things. Nigel taught me a whole lot of things. I learned a lot of things under Coach Gooden. So it's been exciting though, being able to play with guys like that, like Jake LaRavia, some other people that you don't know. It was always exciting being able to play against them in practice and different things like that.
We've talked about Dre and you guys' relationship a little bit off the court. When you guys get on the court, how is that like? How do you guys kind of handle being that brother-sibling kind of connection, but also kind of going at each other competition-wise?
It's never a competition between me and my brother. It's always a genuine love. Like if he's doing something great all the time, I love that. Even if that means that I score 0 points and he scores 50, I'll be so happy for him. Like because that's my brother, and it's genuine love, and that's how it was with the whole team, really. And it's vice versa. It's no competition between me and Dre. It never was. It's always let's go get it. You know what I'm saying? So we're in it together pretty much.
That's awesome, man. And I'm sure you guys also play a lot of one-on-one games before, gone up against each other many times. How do those games turn out?
It always ends up not too good. Yeah, we had some battles in one-on-one games always, but that's how it's supposed to be because we're both really competitive. It's just like when somebody has to win, and it's just like so it gets grimy. But it's always good when we play one-on-one though.
How many games do you guys get in during the quarantine break?
We got a few. We got a couple in the backyard. We got a whole lot.
That's awesome. And he's not moving out. He's gone to Louisville now. What's it like kind of adjusting to the house without him?
It's a little bit more lonelier. He's that was kind of the dude I always mess with. So it's a lot different not having him here. I always go talk to him or something like that, or play a game with him or something. He was like another role model, so it's a little different.
Absolutely. And now you get to go watch him play his freshman season on TV. Hopefully, obviously, the season goes down. But what's it going to be like just watching your brother be able to go out there and do his thing?
It's going to be amazing watching him on TV. I can't wait. Like, it's just like, wow. Like, because we really came from, like, people doubting, like, people was doubting him. People thought he wouldn't be this and that. So it's just like seeing him on TV, it's like, wow. Like, people really thought, he wouldn't be anything. So it's just like, he's proving everybody wrong. So it's going to be exciting to see that.
And on the other hand of that, also you were with a guy for a couple of years, and that's Nijel. He's also heading out to K-State. How excited to see what he's able to go do now in his next journey?
It's going to be really exciting knowing that he was my teammate. I was just in the gym with him. So it's just like, man, seeing him and my brother on TV is just like, it's amazing. I grew up with him. Me and Dre also grew up with him since we were little. So it's just like, he's like a brother to me. He's like a brother to me too. So it's like, man, like it's crazy.
Absolutely. And I'm not sure how the offers world lineup K-State really comes into heavy play with you or not, but would also that be kind of cool to play with Nijel someday if offers line up someday to go to K-State with him?
Pretty much the same thing with Dre. If they come after me, I'm gonna evaluate them exactly how I'm evaluating each and every other school as well. It would also be exciting to play with Nigel too as well. But just evaluating. I'm just taking my time with it though, evaluating each school the same. So I would evaluate them the same way, every other school as well.
No doubt, man. And you have, like I said, you have made the move now. You're on to Warren Central now for junior season, where your dad's also going to be coaching you now. How excited are you to be able to be coached by your dad?
It's going to be really exciting to build a legacy like that. Being able to play under him, nothing but greatness to come out of it. So it's going to be exciting. We're just waiting on it, really.
No doubt. And what went into this decision? Why did you choose that this would probably be the best place for you for junior season now?
With my dad leaving to go coach at Warren, it was like a decision I couldn't pass up. It was just like one of those decisions that you have to make. It's just like, go play with my dad. Why not? Like, that's the best decision for me. So that's what I decided to do.
Couldn't agree more, man. And you got a couple more years left of high school now. What's some of the goals, achievements, and accomplishments you want to have before you move on and go to college now?
I have a lot of goals that I have. I want to be Mr. Basketball, go to Nike Elite Camp, Top 100 Camp, USA Camp, Jordan Classic. I got so many goals, and I wrote them on my board. I have a board, and I wrote all the goals on my board that I want to accomplish. And so I want to get those accomplished. That's the points, a whole lot of stuff that I have that I need to get accomplished, my goals.
That's big time, man. And my last thing before I let you go is I can imagine you also want to build a legacy for yourself, both what you're able to achieve on the court as well as what you do for your community off the court. By the time you walk away from the game someday, what do you want that legacy to be?
I want to be remembered as, one of the greatest that ever played. I want to be along with the great. I want to be the greatest of the greats. I want to be a legend. So I want to walk off the court knowing that, I was the best when I was playing. So I'm the best. I'm the cream of the top. So, yeah.
Absolutely, man. Well, I'm definitely excited to see what God got next for you, man. And keep doing your thing, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. You know you're always welcome on, man. God bless.
You too.